War is something that I don't really like and nobody likes except maybe a few people above on the top of the chain, if you know what I mean. There are certain parts of the world they experience war, unfortunately, and it's a disaster for the population living in that area. We have this recent report, a Etihad Boeing 777 is being converted into a flying hospital to evacuate sick Gazans. So this is obviously about the war. 4-year-old Maram prays, "Oh God, I hope you heal me and make me well, and make me go back to the way I used to be, amen." That is quite tragic. Obviously, a kid saying that kind of a thing, it just gives you shivers on the spine. Okay, you know it happens to adults, but when children are involved, it's just incredible humanitarian problem. Yeah, I don't know. I'm quite shocked, to be honest, that this kind of thing is happening nowadays in 2024. But here we are, and I think it's not gonna get any better for the time being, unfortunately. But time can tell. She was one of 25 patients who was transported in a journey beginning on Friday from Al Arish in Egypt to Abu Dhabi and arriving early on Saturday for treatment. It was the 16th flight by the UAE in an initiative that has brought about 1,000 cancer patients and 1,000 more injured from Gaza for medical assistance along with close family members. The task for converting a Boeing 777 commercial flight into a flying hospital is one that involved several teams working together and in close coordination with government departments and private sector. So this is quite crazy, ladies and gents. A Boeing 777 converted into a flying hospital. Obviously, the seats need to be removed. You have to put stretchers, you have to put medical equipment. This is a massive undertaking. It's a massive action, and all I can say is well done. The plane is divided into 3 parts in terms of patients. There are patients that will need to come on stretchers, and they'll come in through the high loader and through the door. We've selected the right door because relative to the type of the loader, the airframe, and nuances that force you to maneuver a little bit, for sure that's not an easy task to do. Walking patients who are able to climb the stairs normally and their escorts sit normally in one of the 200 plus chairs. So you have regular injured patients or patients that have certain issues that they can still walk. They will sit on the regular chairs, right? Then there are people who need wheelchair access. They are given seats by the emergency exit to allow them more legroom. Now, usually, ladies and gents, if we have wheelchair passengers, we don't allow them next to the emergency exit, but this is not a regular flight. This is not a commercial flight. This is a humanitarian flight. So certain GCAA rules, they don't really apply here. They just apply to the regular commercial flights. So keep that in mind. In this picture right here, I can see some of my colleagues and people I actually know personally that are flight attendants, and they are assisting the guests. So you can see my colleagues assisting the guests with wheelchairs, and I just flown with one of them recently. I won't give any names, of course, but they're all male apparently, selected for this flight. I don't know what's the criteria of Etihad selecting people for this flight. I wasn't informed by any means. I didn't operate any of those flights, but some of my colleagues, they are. And also I think they must be Arabic speakers because they deal with Arabic guests for the most part. Etihad crew members have their uniforms, but they're not the authority figure. People who work in the airline industry, such as Etihad crew members, have a superhuman strength. I totally agree with that, in their ability to deal with people on a daily basis. This whole article is from Mina from The National. So I'm just reading some of the things over here. They do it so well and don't even recognize how efficient they are at it. It's amazing to see. That is said about our Etihad cabin crew dealing with those passengers, with those guests, as we call it. In Etihad, we call our passenger guests. The Etihad crew approach them with a big smile and treat them with tenderness, kindness, and genuine interest to make sure they are okay. They give them also these virtual hugs, and that's part of a psychological process when the patients realize it's all coming true. They are safe now, that's for sure. Cabin manager Kiran has been on board on all but 2 flights. The level of hospitality offered on board evacuation flights from Al Arish exceed that seen on board typical commercial flights, he says. When men, women and children board those flights exhausted, sometimes in pain and discomfort, there is a lot to do in the first few hours before takeoff. Usually this is handled primarily by the medical staff, but airline crew members continue to work in the background, getting blankets, food, drink, opening and closing bathroom doors for people who have never used a plane toilet, calling nurses when someone needs assistance, and making sure that companions are well fed, offering them snacks, including fruits and sweets. I haven't seen a banana since the beginning of the war. Ala, a mother of 2, tells the National as cabin crew member handed her one. This is heartbreaking, to be honest with you guys. Like, this is not a usual read for me. On a normal flight, we greet them, have them on board, provide them with food and interact a little bit with them and end the relationship when the flight ends. But on board evacuation flights, the job is to do even more. We make an impact on the people we receive here, we provide them with care and we give them whatever they have missed in the last few months. The cabin crew says the impact is seen immediately. You know, I actually flown with this cabin manager before, I believe. And I definitely flown with the other cabin crew that I saw in the picture. I don't recall his name, but I've flown with him. We flew together. As a cabin crew, it's hard to remember everybody by name, especially after some time passed since you last flown together. The article says they never forget us, they never forget us. Each and every team member I have with me on all missions, I'd say 99% have done it from their heart and they're happy and proud of what they've done. Absolutely crazy, absolutely amazing from the cabin crew of Etihad to operate those kind of flights. And for Etihad themselves to do humanitarian things such as this one. This was just an article that stood out to me. It's just an action that stood out to me. And I think I would be happy and glad to also be part of those flights. I know they are tough for sure, but it's really something good and positive to do. Yes. All right, ladies and gents, what do you think about the cabin crew being the heroes in this scenario? And not only, a lot of people are heroes in this scenario, and this Boeing 777 had become a flying hospital. Boeing 777, ladies and gents, one of the biggest planes in the world. After the Airbus A380 and the Boeing 747 comes the 777 as size and capacity, as far as I know. So yeah. Massive plane, massive action. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching my video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Leave your thoughts down below and see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.